Alright, y'all, so I basically wanted to do a review of the Dean portable crossfader. I've already done some videos of how to open up the fader and clean it out and maintenance it so that you can make it a little smoother. But anyway, I'm going to talk about this and let you know what I think about it now that I've had it for a couple of days and been able to use it. So first off, I want to talk about a comparison between this fader and the Raiden fader, the original Raiden fader. I did have that fader at first, wasn't very happy with it. For one, the fader itself didn't feel smooth enough to me. It was just an old analog style fader. I was really disappointed in the feel, and you know, when I tried to open it up, it was almost impossible to open up. Cleaning it would have been even more impossible to do, being that it was all encased. Inside the casing, it was encased, being that it was an older analog fader. So, anyway, the other downside to that Raiden fader was you could only cut on one side. So you had to pick whichever side you wanted to cut on, which is kind of a down, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? A hindrance, I guess? I don't know. There's probably a better word than that. But either way, it's a limitation. There you go, that's a good word. Limitation. Because, DJs, not all DJs just want to cut on one side. Maybe they want to cut left side, right side. Maybe some are hamster or whatever. They don't have that option. So I bought that fader. I was super disappointed with it, especially at the $60 price point. I thought it would have been a little bit better. Not too happy with it, so I sold it off. The main thing I kept saying to myself was, why didn't they put it on a rail system? Just like every other fader that's out nowadays, started with the ALS faders and the Vestex mixers, and then the PCV faders, and then of course the Focus fader, Gemini UMX faders, the Rain faders. I could go on and on and on, but all of those faders are smoother because they run on a rail-based system. Well, I was pretty much just gonna give up on the whole portable scratching thing because I was like, if I can't find a fader that's up to the standard that I want, and believe me, all of my faders, it's the first thing I do when I buy a new mixer is check the crossfader and make sure that I'm able to take it apart and I can mod it and lube it and maintenance it and do my thing with it. If I can't do that, then it's just useless to me. I don't even want to deal with it. So I started doing some research and I seen the Dean portable fader. So the first thing that I looked at was, does it run on a rail system? Sure enough, it does run on a rail system. The other cool thing about this one is it can cut on either side. You don't have to worry about only cutting on one side or the other side. That's freaking awesome in my book. The fader itself is super smooth, especially after I lubed it up and did my thing with it. It's very well built, guys. Very well built. I have no complaints about it at all. You have, of course, your input. That's coming out of your portable turntable, be it a Handy Trax or a Newmark PT01. That audio out goes into the input here. Your auxiliary is for your phone to plug into, so you can actually get music, to cut to. And then your output is where your headphones are going to go, or your powered speaker. And that's basically it, guys. You mount it to the turntable and hook it up, and bam, just like that, you're cutting in no time. So when I first got a chance to use or play with one of these, it was a prototype that I got to mess around with in California at the Bay Area DMC Regional this year. And even that prototype was super smooth. It was so much better than the original Raiden fader. So if you're having questions about which one you should get. If you're looking to do a Raiden fader, original Raiden fader, not this Inno fader, new one that's coming out soon, but the original Raiden fader, or even a Frisk fader and the Justine fader, those little portable faders are toys compared to this. This thing is actually a true true product, good product. It doesn't have that toy feel. It actually feels like really a really good solid piece of equipment. So I would definitely recommend it to anybody that wants to get into this portable scratch thing. I think it's awesome that everybody's that there's such a huge buzz about it, and more DJs are getting into it. Whatever we can do to support the scratch culture and the DJing culture to keep it going on and on and on, I'm all for it. I'm definitely going to check out that new Raiden fader, Inno fader. Apparently they fixed a whole bunch of things that was wrong with their first initial design, and props to them for making that design anyway in the first place and making this all possible, you know, because that's how it goes, guys. You know, there's always one original, and then people get an idea off that original one, and then they improve on it and improve on it and improve on it. So, you know, props to Raiden Fader for that. But for the price point, I think these are going for now $99.99. It's worth it, guys. I got it and for the pre-sale, so I think I paid like $77 for it. But if you're on the fence about it, I'd say get it. If you got a portable table or you're thinking about doing it, just invest in it, guys. It's super fun. I've been doing it for hours and hours and hours since I got it, and it has already actually improved my scratching on my weak hand side. Like my 2 clicks are getting so much better just because I'm able to practice on the go, and it's actually starting to come along. So definitely, man, it's a blast. I definitely man, what's the word I'm looking for? See, now I'm drawing a blank. I recommend it. So do it up, guys. If you have any questions, ask me. I will be more than happy to answer them to the best of my capability. But for now, I guess that's the video because I don't want it to be too long. So peace.